Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. Virginia gun sanctuary leaders urge resistance to gun laws compared to American Revolution. The clash in Virginia over gun control has reached a new level, with proponents of a gun sanctuary movement urging active resistance to Democratic proposals in Richmond, citing the arguments that led to the American Revolution. Quote, resistance to illegal and unauthorized government acts is not new, said two leaders of the movement, in noting the decisions by the founding fathers to sign the Declaration of Independence that challenged Great Britain and King George III. Quote, this doctrine is, in fact, foundational to our form of government. Indeed, the Declaration of Independence is a document of interposition between the American colonists and the tyrannical King George III. Its signatories, the people's representatives, pledged to one another our lives, our fortune, and our sacred honor, believing that they most likely would be tried and executed for treason against the crown, said the new memo from the Virginia Citizens Defense League and the Virginia-based Gun Owners of America, Inc. Their 12-page memo was both in defense of the state gun sanctuary movement that has been adopted by 114 counties and communities, and a challenge to the opinion of Virginia Attorney General Mark Herring that the sanctuaries have no legal effect. And but we have to understand that, really, if the counties don't adhere to whatever laws that the Virginia that Herring and the rest of the Virginia representatives hand down, then you're not really going to have anything, because the counties and the cities are the ones that enforce these laws. The movement sweeping Virginia has, in less than 2 months, become the national model for fighting gun control. In November, the Democrats took control of the state legislative, and backed by Democrat Governor Ralph Northern, who I call Mr. Blackface, have offered several gun control proposals. In reaction, gun owners have flooded into county and city meetings to demand that their representatives approve sanctuary resolutions to ignore gun control laws, similar to how immigration sanctuary resolutions work. And I will also add that Northern is taking a bunch of money from Bloomberg and his gun grabbing compatriots. But quote, should the government in Richmond act lawlessly, then local officials and the people they represent will not cooperate and may take steps to actively resist, said the letter. Herring last week issued an opinion that the resolutions have no legal effect. What's more, he said that the local governments must give into the state government. Well, where say that at? So you point me to the statute. All localities, local constitutional officers, and other local officials are obligated to follow duly enacted state laws, he wrote. It is my opinion that these resolutions have no legal effect, he added. The sanctuary leaders, however, called the potential Virginia gun control laws a violation of the Second Amendment and cited Revolutionary War era heroes who fought oppressive control. Their letter said, quote, the U.S. Constitution and the Virginia Constitution are the statements of the will of the people themselves and the compacts from which the Virginia legislature draws its authority. Should the Virginia General Assembly, along with the Virginia Governor or Attorney General, enact an attempt to enforce a law which is prohibited by the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution or Article 1, Section 13 of the Virginia Constitution and the pre-existing inalienable rights of the people, then such law is no legitimacy and void. And I agree with that. I mean, if it's antithetical to the Virginia state constitution and the U.S. Constitution, then you can't go against those two constitutions. It's unconstitutional, totally unconstitutional. In response, Local government officials who have sworn an oath to uphold the federal and state constitution unquestionably have an inherent power and the duty to refuse to enforce such unconstitutional laws, and even to protect the people against enforcement. The two groups also noted that Northern and Huron have in the past ignored mandates. The movement plans to expand its local and county fight to the Capitol in Richmond in January, when the legislature plans to take up gun control measures. The group have made plans to drive dozens of full buses to the Capitol on January 20th for a lobbying day. And the more that Northam pushed this, the more pushback is going to come. He should know he's not going to be able to take Virginia's guns, even with the National Guard. I don't think the National Guardsmen would follow through with that order if he hands it down. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out DEMOCREPUBLIX.com for the latest in news. Until next time. We live in a really nightmare. We live in a really nightmare.